Brian Sachs here with another top originator secret to help you close more, make more, and still enjoy life. On today's show, I want to ask you a very strange question. Would you go to an accountant who didn't know the tax laws? Would you go to an attorney who has not yet graduated law school? Would you want to be operated on by the top surgeon or a new resident on their first day? Well, we all know this inherently, but we are all judged by the first impressions we make, and that impression is all based on what you do or don't know about your guidelines. Let me give you a quick example. Last week I had a client who had a short sale 2 years ago and wanted an FHA loan. The guidelines state that you must wait 3 years, right? But that's where most of us stop reading, or maybe we don't even read at all, and we simply ask an underwriter. So I asked my client what happened, and she went on to explain and document how a bad group of drug dealers had moved into her neighborhood and crime had shot up through the roof. Her car was stolen twice, her home was broken into, and her neighbor was stabbed to death in front of her children. So, like any normal person, she immediately left the home, but she could not sell it because values had dropped so low. Now, most loan officers would have simply and incorrectly said, well, just come back in a year when your 3 years are over and we can help you. A great loan officer knows the guidelines, can document the file, and knows the loopholes and the exceptions in the guidelines. Well, here's the PS. This loan was approved, and now the listing agent called me because he sees me as being a knowledgeable problem solver. Do you really know your guidelines? I'm sure 95% of originators watching this right now will not go back and review their FHA, VA, conventional guidelines and overlays. And by the way, there are many differences just between Fannie and Freddie guidelines. Do you know them? For the 5% of you who will actually read your guidelines, you will immediately increase your production, and you're going to have the confidence you need to make people trust you and give that positive first impression. Yes, it's painful, but it's 100% worth the effort if you consider yourself a professional. Do you know someone in your company who would benefit from this tip? Go ahead and forward this to them, and I'll be back next week with another Top Originator Secret. Make sure you visit toporiginatorssecrets.com.